I'm also going to chop out that placeholder intro art before I edit the actual videos.
Yeah, you should have it on like a couple of them, or like one or so.
Maybe I'll leave it at the end. That's what I'll do. I'll leave it at the
Yeah.
end of the video. It's kind of like a look what it came from. Like my stupid ghost people. So if we got the adamantite up in the Sky Fortress, so I have to go back to the dwarf cave here. Show it to the big smith. Big smithy. But I think I forgot where the dwarf cave was. I totally forgot where it was.
I know it's one of these holes, one of these sphincters in the mountain. Don't go down the hole that's shaped like your body.
Don't go down that one. Stay away from the fault and its enigma.
Oof.
God, that is some max level spooks. God damn. That's another one of those things I'm kind of proud to own.
Just the themes of like, I don't know, people being out of control of what they're
losing
doing.
control of themselves.
Yeah. That shit's crazy. I'm just gonna turn into a spiral creature. Ooh.
This
those
dwarf, it
swords.
just appears to be, from this angle, he looks like he's wearing like a tri-cornered captain's hat. Now it just looks like one of those dumb hats that dwarves and elves always wear in stupid cartoons for dumb people.
He's like, I'm developing a new sword. It's gonna be huge. I'm calling it the Buster Sword.
No, that's stupid. I'm stupid. I'm gonna never smith again.
Sorry, folks, I fucked up your adamantite.
It's only half a sword, I guess.
I've only been doing this for about 2 days now.
Well, it is his first time working with adamantite, so it's incredible that he could forge Excalibur from it.
Just named sword Excalibur.
Yeah. Bless the crystals, because you're done as an NPC.
Man, that must be sad.
Yeah.
When you're like, my work here is done. This is all I can say now. Riggs, you knocking stuff down? You knocking coats off the bed? Now where are you at?
All the way back to the Temple of Chaos
Oh, man.
from the start of the game. Except now, we can talk to these bats. Because back in the village we had to go to after we translated that tablet, they talked about how 400 years ago, they sent 5 of their heroes off to stop everything that's been going on.
Oh.
But they were transformed into bats.
Ah.
And after we defeated the 4 fiends, now they can talk again, but they're still bats.
So that makes sense why there are bats in places.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, Crystal's Radiance has restored my speech, but not my body. I'm kind of mad.
but I don't mind being a bat. I get to do this. It's like, watch, I can freak people out. And it just like cuts to some girl like eating an ice cream cone, and then like the bat just gets tangled up in her hair, and she's like, oh no! It's the worst thing to have a bat tangled up in your hair.
Oh man, poor white mage. Just bats all... Well, all of them except black mage have pretty good hair. Bat could get super tangled up in that. I mean, look at Knight's, like, shoulder-length, feathered look.
I know. Like, styled. Like, Master is just like, I gotta throw this shit in a ponytail because I gotta punch things.
I keep that in check.
Knight's like, I gotta look good. It's part of my duty.
Yeah. Sorry, 20 minutes.
You upset Riggs.
Riggs. Hush. Again, I gotta cut this audio out.
Aw, Riggs, you just hit the mic stand.
So I think I ended up cutting out most of
Riggs,
the...
you did it
Oh,
again!
no!
You have no regard for things in the room. You just walk into stuff.
Your life is nothing but regrets.
Oh, I got your tail now. Now what are you gonna do? Now we... Aw. Yeah.
Aw, Pupper. You look so pathetic.
Aw.
Oh, I know. Actually, that desert with the Allosaurus, there were purple worms in there, and I didn't realize how dangerous they are, because they can cast a spell called Earthquake,
Ooh.
which pops up intermittently in Final Fantasy games. It has different attributes whenever it pops up. In this one, it hits all enemies, and it has a chance to instantly kill them.
That sucks.
Yeah, it has a chance to instantly kill your party with one spell.
That's fucked up.
It's fucking ludicrous.
Look at all the steps you've taken.
I know. Pedometer's going nuts.
Can hit that 5 miles today, Fitbit.
If I had a dog, I would name it 5 miles because then I could say I walk 5 miles every day.
Or you just walk 5 miles every day.
I don't know what that laugh is, but I love it.
If you really want that accomplishment, it's pretty easy.
I mean, get a podcast and find an excuse. It's not that hard.
Go enjoy the outside.
Or you can lift weights and then get comparable exercise without the I get it. Walking's kind of monotonous. I think I ran away from these guys just because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to fight 7 enemies. And they might have some dangerous ability that I forgot. Fuck. It's weird. The game, I went from the last 2 temples where I was willing to fight almost all the enemies I encountered to this one where I'm unwilling to fight most of the enemies that I encounter because it's not worth my time. Because they start having abilities and they can do the kind of damage to where it's just a huge expenditure of resources.
Yeah.
Like there, I think those guys can cast a breath spell which hits everyone for a bunch of damage. So that's 3 enemies who might cast it and just nearly wipe out my party. So I couldn't run away, so fuck it, soft reset. And it's back to save scumming with the quick save.
And some enemy just has like hepatitis bolt.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh no!
Pretty much.
And they're just like, oh no!
Yeah. So the first...
Black Mage has been stricken with the hepatitis.
And this temple is a little frustrating because you have to go all the way up, which is like 4 floors, and then back down through a special kind of route, which is only accessible from the top floor, all the way back down, and then from the first floor, I think you go down 4 more floors. So in a sense, you have to go through 12 floors of this place.
Damn.
Because it's up 4, down 4, then down 4 more.
Oh great, almost everyone paralyzed.
Yep. Wonderful, isn't it? Fortunately, my monk can just punch this thing to death pretty easily.
I've been really appreciating...
1 experience and 1 guild, by the way.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's... What, was it gonna split that up between everyone?
Oh, remember the very beginning of the game? We defeated Garland, and then the princess gave us a loot?
Yeah.
We finally used the loot.
Good thing we didn't pawn that loot.
For some money, from all those times where we desperately needed money.
And now Knight's just fucking laying out a thick jam. He's like, wow,
just a thick panty-soaking jam. That's what he calls it. That's what he calls it, by the way. His panty-soaking jam.
Thick.
And the other 3 party members, by the way, are like, could you not? I cut out that whole level because it was completely boring, and I didn't want to show the 4 floors descending. And guess what? On each of the floors, you have to fight the 4 fiends again.
Oh, nice.
You have to fight one.
It's like
fiend.
A fucking Mega Man game.
It is. You have to fight 1 fiend on each floor, and they're extra strong now. For instance, this guy now has flare.
And that electrified sash scarf thing he likes to wear
Christ,
around.
Look how!
Oh wow!
Look what that did to my party.
But you like how it's ending right by his crotch, just
it's right there.
Yeah. Maybe that's where it's starting from. I don't know.
He's actually fairly fabulous. Like if he strolled up in the club like that with that flowing purple and just that shocking yellow flowing around him. Fuck, man!
And that, thing off his helmet that's whipping around.
It'd be fun to animate.
And he's pointing at people and hey, ladies.
I lucked out here because I was able to get my buffs except for haste on my monk. And hey, the monk didn't get paralyzed. The monk... Wait a minute, my whole party died? Did I soft reset here? I did. I had to. You know why?
Why?
There are no Phoenix Downs.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Once you come in here, the only way out is to use the warp spell that the white mage has. White mages are the only ones who can cast Resurrect.
Oh, fuck.
My white mage died, which means I can't resurrect my party. I can't get out of here to go resurrect my party in a town. If you got this far and you weren't able to quick save, you'd be completely fucked right there.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. So I was able to kill him, but it was literally a Pyrrhic victory. This round goes a lot better. I'm able to get all my buffs off. I don't think he blows my party up with flare right away. And then kill my remaining party members with banish.
So that moniker's game, 2 of the other cards, one was Skeletor and one was Crypt Keeper. And you get towards the last... So the first round of the game, you can say any words but the words on the card that you want to try to get people to guess it. The second round, you can say 1 word. And the third round, you can just make sound effects.
Oh,
so I got Skeletor,
okay.
and
Yeah.
I went, nah! And then they were like, Crypt Keeper? And I was like, well, I can't blame you. And I went, and then they're like, oh, Skeletor. I was like, I guess they're both kind of skeleton.
Shit, 1,321 damage. Monk went hard there.
He's just like,
You remember what happened last time?
he just punched right through everything.
He basically just one punch banned him, except he punched him 16 times. Well, sometimes one punch, one punch mang. One
Punch Mang.
I did a hard cut there to the next fiend, which in this case is the... Oh, no! I got one step from the fiend and had to fight these lava worms. Because fuck this game.
The Lava Worm Trio just singing.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, now I can't get it out of my head.
I bet they replay that commercial this year.
I bet they will.
I bet they made it 5 years ago and they just keep playing it.
God, Merilith is hot.
Merilith, why you look so good?
Why are you looking so good, girl?
You got
that
all
hair
and
and
you
them
got
arms.
All those arms.
Man,
They're all toned.
super toned.
What does her back look like?
Probably not as sexy as you'd like.
Like all the clefts between all of her shoulders probably
yeah.
collect a lot of like sweat and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not as sexy as you might hope.
She's just like, don't look at me from behind.
Just stay to the front and the top 30%.
And it's gonna drape this blanket over your snake half. It just is over like the first eighth of her tail.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
It's that little bit that's hanging up right there. There's a little blanket trailing off of that.
Although she'd be really cool to have around to make like blanket forts and stuff.
Oh,
Just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
draping it all over.
Uh,
Look at all those swords too. Jeez. Does she have like a? Does she even do sword attacks, or she cast magic?
I think
or
she just
what?
casts magic. No, I think she gets physical attacks sometimes, but I don't think she really... 55 damage. Wonderful Black Mage. See, even here, my Black Mage isn't pulling his... He's not pulling...
Jeez.
Look at that. 1,100 damage for my Monk. Black Mage. 55! Here's the thing. I cast Ice Magic against the Fire Boss. 55 damage. If you play... Guys, gals, people who lack any definite sexual identifier, I love all of you. The point is, if you play Final Fantasy 1, don't bring a Black Mage. Don't do it.
Vivi's cool and everything, but
Vivi is cool, but the
this
Black
guy-
Mage is no Vivi.
Yeah.
This doofus with his green striped pants, look at this chuckle fuck.
This proto Black Mage.
He's only worth it for haste. He's only worth it for haste.
This guy started doing magics like 5 months ago.
He's not even out of Magic Primary School.
He was just good enough to trick everyone into thinking he knew what he was doing. 'Cause they're all amazed.
Spadoosh.
You know, guy creates a fireball. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's pretty cool.
By the way, right now we are 2,000 years back in time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We activated that dark crystal, and instead of Skeksis, we went back in time 2,000 years. We're currently in the the Temple of Chaos, but because it's 2,000 years in the past, it's all opulent and huge, and not a single floor filled with bats going key. Bolt 2. Spadoosh!
I'm back.
I'm back, bitches! Or maybe this is our first encounter? I don't know. Time travel is weird. Who else did we do who talk like that? It's not Hedonism Balder.
No, I don't know.
Hedonism Balder is more like this.
Hedonism Balder sounds like a character in the Magica audiobook. Like
Yeah, it does.
There's a character in there from like the Tabula Rosa or Rasa that has that super duper hedonistic kind of like.
By the way, if you're watching this for some reason, first of all, thanks. Secondly, go to our channel and look up Shortcake Hedonism Balder. It's on there. Trust me, it's on there.
Just watch all the shortcakes.
Watch all of them. They're pretty good. They're better than this. No, I'm proud of this. This is a lot of work, especially with my white mage going, hey, you should have put some cheddar on it.
It's so good, but it would have been better if you put a little bit of cheddar.
Jamie's gonna hate that. I'm gonna link it to her as soon as this goes up.
It's like a 5-second shortcake.
Yeah. You should have put some cheddar on it. And here I'm debating how I want to heal my Black Mage. Like, do I really want to use Cure? Because here's the thing. Remember how I told you that those triggers for battles don't go away?
Yeah.
If I used Warp to get out of here,
Oh.
I'd have to fight them all over again. Not only would I have to fight them all over again, I would need to go, again, from the very start, up, down some more. Maybe don't play this one, everyone, and just watch our playthrough of it. I did pretty much everything. Maybe play it on the Game Boy Advance. That's where I played it. I think maybe the balance was a little bit more refined there, because I don't remember having these struggles with it. And it also has a series of side dungeons that you can tackle.
Dude, the fucking encounter rate on Pokemon is ridiculous.
It's all over the place. Like this one. Like sometimes I'll take a step and get into a fight, and then sometimes I run around for a better part of a minute and not get into a fight.
I was in that meadow area around like Route 3, between like Route 3 and Route 1.
Yeah.
And just trying to like walk through those flowers, and it was like every step. Every step. It was just cutie fly. I'm like, what is this? Why? What the fuck?
Fucking cutie flies, get out of here.
Raids.
And you know what? I have the feeling that when the Pokemon games go on sale, I might end up picking up Sun.
Just to have it.
Just to have it.
Go through and then...
Although, I think I'll... in January, when the Pokemon Bank goes live, I'll probably pick up Omega Red or Alpha Sapphire.
See, that's what would be cool.
If I think once it goes live for... because it's already live, it's just not... it doesn't function with Sun and Moon, because they didn't want people bringing in the level 100 beasts. But I think once it's compatible with Sun and Moon, it's also supposed to be compatible for the Gen 1 games, which were re-released on the Nintendo Shop recently. So if that's the case, I'll pick those up definitely and get myself a Mewtwo and a Mew, and if they'll let me transfer the Mew, then I'll definitely have my Mew.
What's the, there's like a term for it, like trying to get basically every Pokemon ever.
I think it's a living Pokédex.
Yeah.
Is what they refer to it as.
Just everything in your bank, just all these critters.
Yeah, like I don't even want the whole thing. I just want the Gen 1 ones that I care about. So the starters, the birds, Mewtwo. And again, it's possible to put a filter in place so that you can't transfer Mew over. Though if I'd had X and Y, I could have gotten Mew legitimately because they were just handing it out like back in January. God, I hope they'll just let me pop Mew in there. I just want to glitch Mew into existence and then bring it over into Sun and Moon. Oh, there we go. Finally, after 20 years. Almost 20 years. Fucking Christ. Got my Mew.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So there. Defeated the 4 fiends all over again. I'm on like level 13 of this dungeon. 13? 11. I'll give it its credit. I'm only on level 11, technically. Now choking down the last of my potions for the final time.
Chug, chug, chug.
Guys, I'm pretty full.
Oh, I'm peeing like every minute.
It takes 20 minutes to get out of my armor pants.
I gotta pee during battles sometimes. You know how that is?
It's not pleasant.
Doom Knights now.
Yeah.
That's a fucking metal.
That's an enemy.
Dude. Yeah.
The Doom Knight.
Black.
D-Spell looks pretty cool in this one.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
It's just magic itself breaking.
D-Spell? Oh, it's Dispel?
Dispel, yeah.
Dispel, okay. That was like capital D space spell. It's like, man, I want to... What is D-Spell?
What does D-Spell? That sounds like a song that'd be super popular on YouTube for a little bit, and then everyone would forget about it. Like, what does the fox say?
Yeah.
Remember that?
What is
Remember Gangnam Style, you pieces of shit?
What is up with the genre of jokey music? Like joke music.
Because it's different from like the Lonely Island and Weird Al, right?
Yeah.
It's different. That like Weird Al does straight parodies. The Lonely Island, they do silly hip hop. Mm-hmm. But it's still kind of like it's comedy, but it's not like joke music.
But they are a hip hop band.
They're a hip hop band. They're making legitimate but you have music like what does the fox say or whatever it is, where it's like it's not a parody. It's not it's silly, but it's not. It doesn't. Somehow it feels disingenuous.
Yeah.
Kind of. For some reason, there's just a shitload of pillars in here. I don't know why. And here we go. Guess who it is?
Garland.
It's Garland. We killed Garland in the future. The Fiends sent him back so he could wake them up and send them in the future so they could send him back so that he could send them forward. There's a time loop. Because I think normally he kills the heroes of light here. They fail or something. And this time, our adventure, we're finally breaking that time loop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like stories like that.
Yeah.
I feel like Star Ocean is something like that. Maybe like the first or second Star Ocean is a. Nah, maybe I'm just.
The first Star Ocean, yeah. There's. I don't know if it's a time loop, but you do travel through time.
Yeah.
I think you travel in the past and do some stuff, and then I think in the future they're like, we have to handle the fallout of that now, or something like that.
Doesn't everyone die in Star Ocean?
I don't know. I got to the very. Oof.
Whoa.
Here's the problem with Star Ocean. When I was in Afghanistan, I beat Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on my GBA, beat 5 and 6, beat Crisis Core. God, I went hard on the RPGs while I was there. And then I started playing Star Ocean on the PSP. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I got to the very last dungeon. On the PSP version, there's like an optional... He has something in his belly.
Yeah, it's
he has
like
this Quato.
Like a little birdie coming out.
Hey guys.
Wade, start the reactor. And these cool, like... skull knee pads, but he looks like he's taking a dump.
Like he's just uses his tail as a seat.
Yeah,
that'd be the best power. You always have a good seat to poop in the woods.
But I played through Star Ocean. I got to the last dungeon. In the last dungeon, you can go up to fight the final boss, or you can go down into like a secret dungeon, or like an optional dungeon for the PSP version. 6 damage. Yeah, remember, damage numbers are all over the place in this fucking game. But I went down to the secret dungeon because my party was fairly high level, and I was handling it pretty well. And I hadn't saved in like 2 hours because they hadn't thrown a save point at me. And I encountered some random fucking enemy who petrified my whole party. And I got a game over. And I put it down and never picked it back up. I probably still have that save file on my PSP in my closet.
Yeah.
It's probably still just sitting on that same memory stick, but I don't have the game because I borrowed it from a friend who was deployed with me, and it's been 7 years. I think maybe I'm over the sting of it.
Yeah.
Like if that happened now, obviously I'd put it down and I'd be too actively mad to try it again for a while. But now it's been so long that it's effectively never happened. It's just I saved at the last dungeon and then never went forward. And Holy only did 132 damage. Wonderful.
I'd really like to play Star Ocean's second story again.
That was also
really
on that was also on the collection, and I never got around to it.
I liked it a whole lot. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was a good time playing RPGs on the PS1.
Yeah, it was.
Life was good.
Life was good. Well,
life was...
it had its ups.
It was easy to distract ourselves from life with those games, and
which is part of why I want to play through the whole Final Fantasy series again, just because I played through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 while I was still a kid, and can play each of them multiple times, and I want to know how much of my affection for them is raw nostalgia and how much of it is based on the merits of the game. So far, because I did play through several of them in the past year, actually. 7 is better than I remember, though it does it has its flaws, obviously, and I can better articulate those now. But it's better and more meaningful to me now that I'm an adult, and I can identify more with some of the
and shit.
There are significant themes in there which are surprisingly mature that you can't appreciate as a child.
Yeah, or you just think,
and that people
just go over your head as a kid.
That go over your head as a kid, and that I think a lot of people our age who played the game and they were our age then. Don't acknowledge for one reason or another. Either maybe they're frankly too dumb to recognize, maybe it brings them joy and they don't want to analyze it in that sense because it could spoil it. They just want it to be that nostalgia bomb that relaxes them, and I totally understand that. That's why I still play Crash Bandicoot 3 from time to time.
Yeah.
just, play the first 10 or 15 levels and go, I'm relaxed. But playing 7 especially, god damn. Realizing that whole story is predicated on the fact that Cloud was embarrassed that he didn't live up to his own bravado.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join Soldier and failed, and everything just stems from that.
I mean,
I've definitely suffered that kind of embarrassment.
I feel like a lot of people our age at this point in life can relate to that. It's like, I'm gonna go off to art school.
By the time you're 30, by the time you're 30, and this we're talking over this fight because this is just a fight. He's just throwing giant spells at us, and it's getting kind of hairy because look at my party. My white mage is dead. I have like 2 turns to kill him. But by the time you're 30, unless you're a rich fuck, you have failed. You have been very embarrassed.
Yeah.
Black mage saved the day. Thank you, Black Mage.
He pulled through. It's like, see guys, I could do it. He tripped over and like his, I don't know, staff flew into Chaos's eye.
It flew into the eye of that thing in his stomach, and then that retreated, but the staff came with it, and the staff got kind of fucked up, and the thing couldn't get out to breathe. And then Chaos was trying to reach in, and he's like kind of clawing at himself to get it.
Yeah, that's the kind of hero Tom is.
Yeah, hero Tom. I saved the day! Yay!
Oh. Nah, this could use some fucking happy trees in the foreground.
Yeah, it could. God, I think Bob Ross is working by that time, but he probably hadn't made it to Japan. Or else I'm sure there'd be plenty of happy trees, and also the background would be much more imposing. There'd be just a big mountain there.
Who would have thought that this game, coming into it, you were coming into a time loop story, like...
Oh, of course. I completely forgot it was even a time loop story.
The light of the 4 crystals revived.
The wind, water, earth, and fire. Fuck heart.
Oh, that Monikers game. One of them was Planeteers. And when I could say one word, I threw my hand up and went, heart!
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
They got it. Yeah, why did he hate the forces of nature so much?
I don't know. But it birthed the fiends of chaos.
Garland is so full of hate.
Yeah. What an asshole. But that has now passed. It's stuff of legends. Thanks to the courage and strength of the 4 warriors. All has been set right again. Well, it's more thanks to the strength of 2 warriors and the healing spells of 1. And then Tom was kind of along for the ride.
He's just taking hits.
Sometimes he would take a hit, but it would be more worthwhile for my warrior to take that hit because he would only suffer 5 damage, which I could heal 4 of those with 1 potion, as opposed to my black mage taking a hit, and I need 20 potions to heal that hit. Princess Sarah, Queen Jane, and even Garland will be there, oblivious to what happened in that time-twisted dimension. But when did it all begin? And that's always the problem with time loop stories, is where was the first loop, and why is it breaking now?
Yeah.
Source of the chaos lay in a strand of time that looped around to connect 2,000 years. Of course, you can get around that if you're using a parallel timeline, time travel structure, where the events of one timeline are unique to that timeline. So you can change the future. It means there's always one timeline that's completely fucked, at the very least. Fucking Dragon Ball Z, there's one timeline where the cyborgs won. There's one where Cell absorbed Trunks.
He just absorbed this.
And then there's the main
trunk.
Yeah, and then there's the main timeline. Fuck.
I absorbed this trunk. Now you can store old toys in me.
Because Cell comes from a different timeline than future Trunks. It's fucked up. Dwarves and elves, dragons, people who reach for the stars, all will cherish the tales. The warriors are returning, traveling back from the world 2,000 years past. So it's weird, they won't know who they are, but they'll know the tales? I don't know.
That's weird.
Well, I guess what they're going for is that the heroes, much like Link in all the various incarnations, will be the heroes of light. They won't be Meat Man, Knuckles, Tom, and I forget my white mage's name, unfortunately.
Noodle.
And Noodle. they'll just be the warriors of light. So they won't be people. They'll just be heroes.
Darkness will come again.
The crystal shines within every heart, and then we get a bit of moralizing. So that's cool. See? The crystal gleams within your heart, too. For you are the one who fought the battle, spanning 2,000 years.
Me? But I don't remember doing that.
That's a spell gun line, I think. I found a Nightwish line at the end of Richard Dawkins' The Blind Watchmaker. Which was weird. May the world be blessed with the light for eternity.
And then birds.
Yay! Happy birds! And roll credits.
Find Alf
Oh,
and
no.
Assie.
With
Come
their-
on. I told you guys to put some space there.
These soldiers with their chestnut shell heads. The pirates are like, we're sorry. Can we have sex with your women?
I'll show you my original staff, is what one of the pirates is saying.
Is that a reference? I don't get it.
I don't know. They're just
No, that's what they're saying in
Yeah.
town. Programmed by Nasir.
They're just extra aware of the credits.
Hey guys, you know this chaos temple that we got? This evil temple? Let's just tear it down. You ready to do this? You ready to fuck?
Yeah, what?
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Oh, it's that evil caravan guy. He was like, yeah, I'll buy this fairy in a bottle. Fuck it.
I don't
Fuck
care.
it.
I'm gonna just look at it, stare at it all night. And
All
make
the
it feel
mermaids.
comfortable.
And that ghost lady.
They're just talking to the ghost lady, like.
Thanks for saving us, I guess. And she's just jamming out in her lute to that song she learned from Night.
Yeah, it's just that thick, wet solo.
Oh, this is the wettest part. Please, Night, stop calling it that. Please, we're trying to go to bed. Just let me get through the wet part. Oh, god damn.
Man, they're making this credits go pretty fucking slow.
A little bit. We gotta know who was on the remake staff and why they didn't make it a better game.
Their email address
here's-
at the end.
Here's I imagine they had this discussion. Do you want the experience of playing the game to be true to what it originally was, just with updated graphics, or do you want to modernize it? And that's a very valid discussion to have. Because his arm is incredibly skinny.
I was gonna say, very thin and sickly looking there.
Like, that's too thin, even for a Japan sexy boy. But that's a valid conversation to have, I imagine, because on the one hand, you want people to play its origins, right? You want people to play this because they never had the original Final Fantasy experience. Or they did have it, but it's effectively inaccessible now. On the other hand, it was one of the earliest console RPGs.
Yeah.
And it shows in every conceivable way. So it would behoove you to modernize it and make it not so difficult, make it more forgiving, because the difficulty isn't rewarding in any sense, it's just hard. It's just you getting kicked in the balls over and over until you manage to fight through the pain.
I'm surprised they didn't implement some things like, you see this a lot in classic remakes where you hit a button and swap back and forth.
Yeah.
But
Well, this was on the PS1. Like, that functionality did not exist yet.
But, I guess there's that. But also, you would think that they would have had just some stuff in the settings, like turn encounters.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Just turning encounters off.
And I think that would be a great compromise to have. It's like just a series of toggles. Effectively, you can leave all the toggles off, and that will give you the original experience with updated graphics. But you toggle, like, decrease monster damage, basically you have like old and modern, let's say, and you just go through a number of different factors like income, encounter rates, monster damage, experience, all of these. And so and I would have gladly taken advantage of that because it became laborious. My playthrough, I don't remember what the final time was the last time we looked at the screen, but I think it was 17 to 18 hours. Thereabouts. That's a pretty close estimate. Feel free to correct me in the comments, you fucks.
Actually, you said the wrong thing, and this is the only time I'll ever comment.
Yeah, that would make sense. But this whole game took me about 18 hours, let's say, to play through, and I cut it down into 11 episodes, averaging about 30 minutes each. So I cut that down into 5.5 hours. Now, all RPGs have that travel from point A to point B, that grinding time. They all have that. But this was one of the most painful of those experiences I've ever suffered. And suffering is the correct word. So far, I think only Final Fantasy II, which I'm playing through right now, has a more laborious character grind, where it takes me like an hour to raise a spell by 1 level. And I need to raise it at least 1 level after every dungeon so that I can keep some kind of pace with the enemies that I'm encountering. Still, that's Final Fantasy. The original Final Fantasy. With the game that started a whole incredible series.
That sword was pretty sweet.
That was a pretty sweet sword. Oh, I want that sword on my wall. Ladies will get so wet.
Knight, stop.
You have Excalibur, Knight. You have Excalibur.
And this is just Knight.
Those are those golf balls that you let out of the refrigerator, by the way.
Or it's Knight coming at the screen. Oh!
Can't stop. Won't stop.